Hey guys! So, as you will notice, I have somebody very special with me today. This is actually going to be my 1 week postpartum video. Andrew Timothy was born March 29th at 1:44 p.m. and he was 8 pounds 3 ounces, and he is just super duper duper healthy. He's super smart. And I know everyone says that about their kids, but I am just head over heels in love with this little guy. Just so much. So today is Easter, April 5th, 2015. Today is my original due date. And as you can see, I'm not in labor. I'm not pushing this kid out. He is already here. He's been here for a week, and it has been a crazy week, but things are finally starting to calm down. And I just adore being a mom. And so I'm really excited to share this with you guys. So today I was just gonna talk about my labor and delivery, as well as my postpartum healing and everything like that. So, anyways, on March 29th, I had woken up at 5 o'clock in the morning to go to the bathroom because what pregnant woman doesn't get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to go to the bathroom. And I noticed that there was some blood. I stood up, and when I did, a lot of pink fluid came just like pouring out of me. And so I was a little scared because I had always thought that if your water broke, it was going to be clear. So I came in and woke Andrew up, and I was like, I think my water just broke. And he was like, like, what are we supposed to do? So I called the midwife, told her what was going on. She said that if I didn't start going into labor by 2 o'clock, that I would have to come in and see what was going on. So I was like, okay, that's fine. So I laid back down. The water was still kind of leaking out of me, so I had to lay down with the towel. But I laid back down, tried to go to sleep. There was no way I was going to sleep because I was so excited. I got up probably about 7 o'clock after no sleep. I hadn't slept at all. I just kind of laid there. And started sort of just doing things around the house. And I started feeling a little crampy around then, and I was like, oh man, I think contractions are definitely starting. Well, about 7:30, I had to start timing my contractions. They were getting really intense. I kind of had to just stop what I was doing, sort of breathe through them, and they were actually getting pretty rough. Around 9 o'clock, Andrew was still sleeping at this time. I told him to just get some sleep, whatever. It was no big deal. Around 9 o'clock, they started getting pretty intense to where I had to wake Andrew up, and I was like, this is definitely like, this is it. He's coming. So we kind of labored at home for a little while. He timed my contractions because it was to the point where I couldn't even time them. I didn't want to do anything. I just had to focus on the contraction at the time. And then we called the midwife around 10 o'clock. I talked to her. She told me to labor at home for about 2 to 3 more hours and then give her another call and let her know how things were going. We did. We labored at home until probably about 11, and then called her again on the way to the hospital because I told Andrew, I was like, no, this is too intense. This is too much. We need to go to the hospital right now. Like, he's coming. And so we packed up, got into the car, started heading to the hospital, called the midwife. She was like, okay, that's fine. We got there. I had to be wheelchaired in because I couldn't even walk. And they checked me, and I was already 8 centimeters dilated, and I was super excited because I was so scared that this was the beginning of labor, and I had no idea how much more I could take. I was already saying that it was too much. I didn't know if I could do this unmedicated, and it was really, really intense. It was actually a lot more intense than I thought it was going to be. So they brought me into the birthing suite, which included a birthing tub. They filled it up. I got in and labored in there for a little while. She checked me again, and I was 9 centimeters. And she told me that I could push whenever I wanted to because I was already feeling the urge to push. So I pushed a little bit in the bathtub. I'm not going to say that it was easy because it wasn't. I asked for the epidural probably like 1,000 times, and Andrew talked me down and was like, no, remember, this isn't how you wanted to do it. You don't want to give anything to the baby. And he was really my rock during the whole entire thing. I got really claustrophobic and really hot in the water, and obviously they couldn't turn it, like, the temperature down too much because he was going to be coming into the water. So I moved over to the bed, and really started my pushing there. I probably pushed for about an hour and a half, and Andrew was born at 1:44 p.m., and he weighed, like I said, 8 pounds, 3 ounces, and it was the greatest moment of my life. I will never forget that moment, and I kind of tear up thinking about it. But he is just a great little boy. Sorry, I'm really emotional. So the first week has been great. Breastfeeding has been going wonderfully. He is a great little feeder. I had a little bit of a hard time with him latching at first. They taught me the football hold, and that's what I've been sticking to. I also have a boppy, and it is a lifesaver. So yeah, everything is going so great. He sleeps a lot. I don't know if you can see, but he has a full head of red hair, just like his daddy. I'll take him out in a couple of seconds so you guys can really get a good look at him. He really doesn't cry too much. He just sort of cries when he's hungry or when he needs his diaper changed. The cloth diapers that we have the Bum Genius 4.0s. The one size, and they don't fit him just quite yet, so we have him in some other diaper with no chlorine or any of that junk in the regular diapers. So that's what he's been wearing. Other than that, everything is really, really going great. We encapsulated my placenta. We did it ourselves. Actually, Andrew really did it. And I'm going to be doing a full video on that process. But we encapsulated the placenta ourselves, and I have been taking that now. I think today is day 4 of taking that, and I really feel like that's helping with my energy. I'm really not too sore. I had no tearing, so I'm really lucky in that aspect, but I'm really not too sore. I get tired out pretty easily. But other than that, I just adore being a mother. It's the best thing in the world. And Andrew is a great dad. He is such a great daddy. And, this little guy is really lucky to have him. Other than that, there's really not too much going on. Sleep deprivation. He has me up a couple of times a night, feeding, and then it seems like sometimes he'll just want to cluster feed. So, I strictly said no to, co-sleeping while I was pregnant, but, I notice a lot of times during his, like, cluster feeding times, I'll sort of just fall asleep there with him on my chest or whatever, and then he'll, get up like within 15-20 minutes and be ready to eat again, and that's just so much easier than getting up and getting him and getting situated. So the things you say you're not going to do when you're pregnant kind of change when baby actually gets here. But other than that, everything has been really great. This first week has been a little hectic and overwhelming. We've had a lot of company. His family flew down from California to come see the baby for a couple of days, and we just had a lot of company, people sort of just bringing things to us and kind of loving on him, and it's been really nice, but it's been really overwhelming. And so we kind of, people are just leaving us alone for the next couple of days so we can really have some family time, and that's really nice. But other than that, everything is great. He went to the doctor on Tuesday, I think, and weighed 7 pounds 8 ounces, so I'm hoping he's gonna put that weight back on. He also, everything looks good. And we have to go to the doctor, or we have to go to the midwife later on this week. I have to call and make an appointment on Monday for a lactation visit. I guess they're just going to weigh him and kind of see, how things are going, which I think is really cool because I noticed that my hospital and my midwives and everything like that, they really, really help you out with breastfeeding, because breastfeeding is a lot harder than you really think at the beginning. You sort of just think that the baby's gonna know what to do, and they don't all the time. So, but let me just get him out, and I will show you guys this cute little boy. So this is baby Andrew. As you can see, his red hair. Everybody told me when he was coming out that it was going to be black, that it was black hair. They're like, look at that full head of dark hair. Dark hair is all I kept on hearing. They actually, as he was crowning, they let me reach down and touch his head, and that was so amazing. But they just kept on saying, black hair, look at that dark hair. They took him out, dried him off, sort of got all the gunk out of his hair, and this is definitely not black hair, but this is his cute little face. He makes a lot of little grumpy faces, but I just adore him so much. So everything else is going perfectly and wonderfully, and I can't wait to share this little guy growing up with you guys. He's getting a little fussy now that I just woke him up, and he's probably gonna want to eat. So I will see you guys in my next video. I will probably upload the placenta encapsulation video hopefully this week sometime. So be on the lookout for that. And happy Easter to everybody, by the way, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.